People can't stop talking about you, and that's a good thing. You've become the kind of person who doesn't just react, you respond. You've learned to master your emotions, to rise above noise, gossip, and negativity. While others waste time trying to be understood, you've mastered the art of being unbothered. That's emotional strategy, the silent weapon of powerful minds. The first and most powerful step in emotional mastery begins within. Every battle you face in the outside world, criticism, jealousy, rejection, is only a reflection of the chaos inside your own mind. Before you can master emotions, you must master thoughts. When people talk about you, mock you, or doubt you, your emotions rise. But emotional strategy means you don't feed every feeling. You pause, breathe, and ask, is this worth my energy? Most people lose control not because they are weak, but because they never train their minds to stay still when the storm hits. You, however, have learned that peace is not found in silence. It's built in the middle of noise. Once you gain control over your thoughts, the words of others lose power. You no longer chase validation or fear rejection. You start to understand that not everyone who claps for you supports you, and not everyone who criticizes you truly knows you. When you conquer the inner world, the outer world becomes easy, because emotional power doesn't come from ignoring feelings, it comes from understanding them without letting them rule you. You are not what people say, you are what you choose to believe about yourself. Every successful person has one silent skill, the ability to respond, not react. Reactions are emotional, fast, and impulsive. Responses are calm, intelligent, and strategic. When someone disrespects you, you could shout back, prove your point, and waste your peace. Or you could smile, stay calm, and let silence win the argument. The second choice requires strength, emotional strength. When you respond instead of reacting, you shift from emotion to logic, from victim to victor. Emotional strategy is not about suppressing feelings. It's about channeling them with control. You turn anger into clarity, pain into progress, and criticism into motivation. People may call you cold or distant, that's fine. What they don't understand is that your calmness is not ignorance, it's intelligence. You've learned that emotional control is not weakness, it's the highest form of strength. When you stop reacting to small things, you create space for big achievements. You're no longer distracted by every opinion or gossip. You're focused on growth, not drama. So the next time someone tries to provoke you, remember, they can't pull you into their chaos unless you give them permission. Respond with peace, that's power. Your calmness confuses people. They can't understand how you stay focused while others lose control. They can't believe how you walk away from arguments that others would die to win. But that's the secret. Your silence isn't empty. It's full of strategy. Calmness is the new confidence. The one who controls their emotions, controls the situation. When you are calm, your energy becomes rare and people notice. That's why they talk about you, because they can't predict you anymore. You've become unpredictable, unreadable, and unshakable. You've stopped explaining yourself to everyone. You've stopped defending your choices. You've stopped chasing understanding. That's not arrogance, that's growth. Calmness means you know what you're doing and where you're going. You understand that storms will come, people will test you, and life will challenge you, but peace is your choice. True power is when you can destroy someone with words, but you choose not to. That's emotional strategy, strength under full control. Every strong person has a phase of silence, a season where they disappear from the noise, work quietly, and come back transformed. You're in that phase. You've stopped posting every move, stopped seeking approval, and started building your future silently. Because real growth doesn't need an audience, it needs focus. People can't stop talking about you because they can't see what you're doing. Mystery creates curiosity, and curiosity builds attention. That's emotional strategy, using silence as your shield and progress as your proof. When people gossip about your journey, don't waste time explaining. Let success do the talking. Every great achiever, from leaders to creators, had a phase where they worked unseen, doubted, and underestimated. But when their time came, their results spoke louder than their words ever could. Stay in your silent phase. Let people think you've disappeared. You're not gone, you're growing. Pain is not the enemy, emotional ignorance is. When you experience hurt, betrayal, or disappointment, you have two choices. Let it destroy you or let it define you. You chose the second. You've turned your wounds into wisdom and your heartbreak into higher purpose. That's what emotional mastery really means, using pain as a teacher. Every insult taught you patience. Every failure taught you resilience. Every betrayal taught you independence. You no longer fear pain because you've learned to transform it. This is emotional alchemy, turning what was meant to break you into what builds you. Now you walk differently. You speak differently. You think differently. You don't seek revenge, you seek results, and that's why they talk about you. Because you're no longer reacting from pain, you're creating from purpose. Every person who once hurt you unknowingly helped you evolve into this stronger, calmer version of yourself. So thank them silently and move forward powerfully. When you reach this level of emotional maturity, you become unstoppable. Because no one can control you anymore. No words, no opinions, no situations have the power to shake your peace. People will always talk, that's their job. Your job is to keep rising. When they gossip, you grind. When they doubt, you deliver. When they hate, you heal. Emotional strategy means knowing when to speak, when to stay silent, and when to walk away. It means understanding that not every battle deserves your sword. Some only deserve your smile. You've learned to protect your energy like treasure, to surround yourself with peace, and to move with purpose. You've become emotionally intelligent, and that's a rare superpower. So yes, people can't stop talking about you. But that's not your problem, it's your proof that you've evolved beyond their understanding. Because when you master your emotions, you master your life. And when you master your life, no gossip, no jealousy, no noise can ever pull you down again. Dizzy final message: let them talk, let them guess, because the day you stopped explaining yourself was the day you started evolving. People notice peace, they crave what you carry, so stay calm, stay focused, and keep mastering your emotional strategy. Because the world belongs to those who control themselves when others lose control.